providing resources and comfort to caregivers. This is Caregiver Crossing.
Hello, everybody. Hi. Hi to you and you and you. We have 3 people listening today, and we're glad to have each and every one of you. Thank you very much. It's called Caregiver Crossing. That's the name of this show, Caregiver Crossing, and we thank you very, very much for being here. And if this is your first time joining us, Caregiver Crossing is a show that is brought to you by our friends at Joy's House, and it's presented in partnership with Cardon and Associates. And we're here with you every week. We talk about all things caregiving. We're good friends, and so we have a lot of different type of conversations, but we hope you enjoy it. And thanks again for being here. I'm Terry Stacy, along with Noah Taylor, who produces the show.
Hello.
Noah, hello. And filling in for Tina McIntosh today is
somebody very, very special to us. So we're excited to welcome our guest host today, Angie Light. Angie is the founder and CEO of RadiusCare and Radius 10, and a very longtime friend, family member, and supporter of Joy's House. Her leadership and heart for caregiving have made a true impact across Indianapolis and the healthcare community, and we are just so glad that she's here with us today.
Oh, you guys, I'm so honored to be here. So incredibly honored. Thank you so much.
Listen, I know you're in the world of healthcare.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, max out your savings. The more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on any smart bed with base. Limited time. Check it out at a Sleep Number store near you or at sleepnumber.com today.
Have had a sty now for 3 weeks. Don't look at me directly.
Those hurt
But
so
does that seem
bad.
normal? Should I be checking in somewhere?
You might want to go to the doc
Again?
and get some. Oh, did you already go?
Yeah, I did. Got the antibiotic. Now I'm done with the
Oh.
antibiotic. You know what? The show is not about me.
Does it hurt though?
I thought perhaps you might have had some doctor ability.
A little bit. I'm enough to be dangerous. I am in nursing
Yes.
school now. So
Are you in nursing school?
That's so
am.
exciting. Congratulations.
Yes.
Why did you decide to do it right now?
You know, that is so crazy. I started out pre-med back in the day in college, and because I've been in healthcare for over 20 years, I always knew enough to be dangerous and just thought, hey, why not? And so I actually just finished finals on Friday, and I was so incredibly excited.
Oh,
So
How did finals go?
really well. I
Good.
mean, actually, I got an 83%.
That's incredible.
Congratulations.
That's
And
incredible.
I actually kind of put a piece out about it, about that I had gone for the A, but I got the B. But I was so proud of it because, you know, running a business and going to nursing school is
Yeah.
not for the faint of heart.
That's a big freaking deal.
So
It
I
is
was,
a
I
big
was
deal.
excited for it.
I'm excited for you because we don't have enough nurses, and I'm worried that this is just going to continue these numbers to shrink, and we're living longer.
Well, hopefully I
So-
can encourage more to get back
Please.
to school and get in there.
At any
and
age,
Yes,
you know,
that's
right.
inspired
Absolutely.
to
That's
right? And is
oh,
there-
well, I
are
will
you
not
ever
tell my
to-
age,
No, but
you know, I am middle-aged for sure.
well, I'm just checking to see, like, is there a bottom line? Like, is 65 probably as a 65-year-old?
I think there is no limit.
no limit.
I
No
think
limit
there
at
is
all.
no limit. If you want to learn and you're capable, do it.
Then you're capable of doing it. All right. Well, this is, again, Caregiver Crossing, and we're glad you're here. And I do want to talk about something that's very cool that happened this week, which leads into a story that Noah's going to talk about. And that is that this week I had a conversation with a gentleman, and the company is called Mind's Eye. And for the Indiana Pacer games, for about 20 of them this season, this is a new service for those that are blind or visually impaired. And this allows you to experience the game like you've never been able to experience it before. You will have it's free. And once you get there to Gainbridge Fieldhouse, you come in, you can pre-register if you want, but you don't necessarily have to. And you will be instructed on how to download an app that is free. And then you listen with your Bluetooth or whatever you're going to listen with your headphones, or if it's whatever it is you have. But you'll be able to listen to that app. There's somebody in the stadium that is describing every single moment, everything that's on the screen, at what Boomer looks like, everything. And so, and all ages can be a part of this. And it was such another one of these great, things that happen
Yes.
from need. And now it just is more inclusive. for everybody.
I love that, and everybody should be able to enjoy things and have fun. I think we should be as inclusive as we can, especially for big events like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Everybody should join.
Yep. Okay, so what you want to talk about is called Be My Eyes.
Yes. So, I mean, a great segue here into this app that we're talking about. So, Be My Eyes is an app that you can download, and it connects people who are blind or have low vision with sighted volunteers through live video.
And so explain what that means.
I love it.
We saw it on TikTok, right?
We did.
You showed us. It's pretty cool.
We did see it on TikTok, and I'll give you the example there that we saw on TikTok. There was a woman who had bought some produce, a watermelon specifically, and she had cut it open and was asking the sighted viewer that she had on the phone. She was pointing the phone at the watermelon and asking, is this fruit ripe? Is there seeds in it? And the sighted volunteer was able to tell the person that, she bought the perfect watermelon. And it took 15, 20 seconds.
It's just that simple.
It's just that simple, just that easy. So a user might ask for help reading a medication label, identifying a color, checking an expiration date, finding an address, grocery shopping. There's so many things. And since 2015, more than 7 million volunteers around the world have joined the app, helping over 500,000 users live more independently.
It's wonderful.
Wow. That's
Yay!
amazing. I love that so much.
I do
love
too.
that so much.
I just love it so very much.
That hits home in more than one way. Obviously being in healthcare, but I do have loved ones that are visually impaired and have had issues with eyesight. So, wow.
So
I
it seems
cannot
like-
wait.
Yeah, you might have loved ones who could use this service.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what was amazing about that even more is that someone that had low vision or perhaps visually impaired was able to slice open a watermelon with the
That's
whole
a
thing.
good
I'm just
point.
so glad
Yeah.
that
Right.
that she's able to do that
And
That's
to
pretty
live independently.
and to live
Right.
independently.
Yes.
And use a very sharp tool.
Right. Absolutely. Which could be dangerous if
Right.
she didn't have
Right.
the help.
The sighted help.
Yeah.
Very
so I'm
good.
curious, why do you think this matters for caregivers?
Ooh, Angie.
This app.
You.
Why
Oh.
do you think this could be so important for our caregivers?
I think it's huge. I think it's so important. I mean, we have so many loved ones and people that we care for that are dealing with this. And, not having someone around 24/7, it's important. So I think this is a game changer. Honestly, a game changer.
And I love it. I do believe it's a free service as well. Everybody's a volunteer
so.
on there.
Oh, wow. Even more
Um,
amazing.
And before we go today, I just have a little question. Have you ever helped someone who has been hesitant to ask for assistance?
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Absolutely.
You have, I bet.
Right now, we're dealing with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
Do you have a secret trick?
I just say come with love and kindness and maybe not all the solutions, but be there because we're all people and we all have our own way of doing things. And so sometimes, it's not about what we want them to do, but just honoring what they want to do. So
With that, can you stick around through the whole show?
Absolutely. I
Well, you
would
are sitting
love
in
to.
the Tina Bina chair.
Gosh, that's
a
so
good
much
one.
pressure.
All right, that's Angie Light. She'll continue to stay with us this hour. Noah?
You can find past episodes of the show at joycehouse.org and be sure to like and follow us on Facebook. If you'd like to connect with us to discuss show topics, need help connecting with resources, have a question that you'd like for us to answer on air, or just want to say hey, you can reach us at joycehouse.org or email Tina at tina@joycehouse.org. And you're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you by Joyce House in partnership with the amazing Cardon and Associates, with 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 40 years of senior living experience. Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us for more information and to find a community near you. Stay put, everybody. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after the break.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Caregiver Crossing. Terry Stacy, along with Angie Light, who is filling in for Tina McIntosh. We've got Noah Taylor that is producing today's show, and he's brought us a couple of great guests today. We're glad you're here, too. But in studio with us now is Lyndsay Bilbrey, Medicaid and VA team lead, and Julia DeLong, benefits specialist with Dillman and Owen. Their team helps families understand long-term care options and the often confusing world of Medicaid and veterans benefits. It is overwhelming. It is truly overwhelming. And for caregivers, this is one of those topics that can truly feel overwhelming for you too. So we're grateful to have both of you here in studio with us. Thank you for joining us. We're going to start with, and if I ask the wrong person the wrong thing, I'm sorry, but I'm going to start with Lyndsay. Lyndsay, could you start by just telling us about yourself and what you do at Dillman and Owen?
Yep. I am the team lead for the benefits team. So we do help with primarily Medicaid. We do offer some veterans benefits assistance for our life care planning clients. I've been with Lisa Dillman, for 7 years, and I've been doing benefits, Medicaid and VA, for 5. So, yeah.
You've been doing it a long while.
Yeah.
Julia?
Yeah, I am here at the firm for 2.5 years. Prior to that, I worked at Socoa, which is the local area of aging. I've been doing Medicaid for about 8 years, and I also help with some Medicare if they have any questions on that as well.
Wow.
We always have a lot of questions about Medicare.
Yes, we need you guys, definitely. So for the caregivers listening who may not know, what role does Medicaid play for paying for long-term care?
Julia?
Yeah, so Medicaid can pay for a lot of different things like in-home care, assisted living, adult day programs, meals, transportation. But for specifically long-term care, it can cover the cost of in-home care or a skilled nursing facility.
Okay. Lyndsay, when families first come to you, let's say the families first come to you, what are they usually most anxious about or uncertain? Maybe those top important questions they come to you with.
A lot of the time, families are in crisis. So 90% of our clients are in crisis. So really the first thing is, where are they going to go? Because they can't go home most of the time. How are they going to pay for things? Where are the good facilities? You know, care costs anywhere from $4,000 to $14,000. So those are the primary, urgent things that we're trying to help them with.
Okay. Angie?
Yeah, so what does the Medicaid application process actually look like, and how long does it take for families?
So the Medicaid application itself is all online. You can get a paper application, but the online application is pretty easy. You just go to fsabenefits.gov. And then you fill it out. You just answer all the questions, personal information, all that stuff. And then the process, there's an interview that happens afterwards. They will send you a letter in the mail, and then the interview, you submit documents and everything like that. And it overall takes about 45 days.
45 days.
Is that getting longer with the shutdown?
Not currently. It does go back to the first of the month that you had applied. So if you applied, today, October 21st, it would go all the way back to October 1st.
Okay.
So,
a lot of caregivers think that they can wait. I would think I can wait until I need that help. But pre-planning, you can do that?
Yeah, of course. Pre-planning is important. And again, like I said, most of the people that come to us do not pre-plan, which is why they're in crisis. Obviously,
it's something to think about. It's one of those things you don't want to do.
It is, yeah. And most people don't think about it. You retire around 65, you're still pretty healthy, and then you don't really think about it until you start to decline. So pre-planning is really important, though, for individuals, and the primary process is just setting up an irrevocable trust. If you have an irrevocable trust and put your assets inside of it and let it sit for 5 years, then when you apply for Medicaid, everything that's inside of that trust is exempt to the application, and essentially you can keep all those assets. You don't have to do anything with them. For us, we're still able to preserve about 50% of single individuals' assets and then about 100% of married couples' assets still. But again, if you have it inside of the trust, there are no questions. It's all preserved.
Oh, those are pearls.
But I just realized I couldn't even spell irrevocable trust. Is that something I should have now in my 60s? And a revocable
You should
trust?
look at it. Yes, correct. Because if you start it now and you make it even to just 65, 66, 67 with assets inside of that trust and you need Medicaid, again, all of those assets are protected. A lot of the times, Sue, we'll see where people set up an irrevocable trust, or it can be called a Medicaid asset planning trust. Same thing.
Okay.
But if, again, let's say they set it up now, they only make it 3 years, well, then you can bust the trust, and you can still get eligible. But again, that's why it's just important, because the sooner you start it, the more likely you're going to make it that 5-year period.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's very good information. So, with the families that you guys serve, what is one of the biggest mistakes that you see families make when they're trying to navigate the Medicaid system?
Yeah, some of the common things we run into is people think you have to sell your house, or they can just give away everything and be eligible. Unfortunately, Medicaid has a look back period, and we have ways of protecting those assets instead of just having to give them away.
Wow.
And that
Okay.
look back period is the 5-year period, which is why, on the other hand, if you pre-plan and you make
Yeah.
it that 5 years,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
good past the look back,
Yeah.
essentially.
Right, absolutely.
Lyndsay Bilbrey, Medicaid and VA team lead, and Julia DeLong, benefits specialist with Dillman and Owen. We've got here, let me look at my clock. We got a couple minutes here. If a caregiver is listening today and feels completely overwhelmed, what's the very first step they can take toward understanding Medicaid?
We always suggest, obviously, calling someone like ourselves, an elder law attorney or a law office that can guide you kind of on your best next steps. Sometimes that is finding a facility. Sometimes that is, no, let's start moving your assets around. That's going to be more important. You can also reach out to Indiana Legal Aid. That's more of like a freer service, but they will also offer next steps. Any of the area on aging agencies, SACOA is the primary one around us, Marion County and the Donut County surrounding, but they can also give legitimate information on Medicaid and how to proceed with that.
Okay. All right. And before we get to the break, how can our listeners get in contact with Dillman and Owen? Best way to do it.
Oh, absolutely. We have 2 offices, one on the north side up in Noblesville and one on the south side of Indianapolis, southwest side off Tibbs and Raymond. But you can call us at 317-492-9569, visit our website at dillman-owen.com, or you can email hello@dillman-owen.com.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
Hello at dillmanandowen.com.
Oh, we need you.
We
need
do.
you. This is important service.
It really is. Again, Lyndsay Bilbrey, Medicaid and VA team lead, and Julia DeLong, benefits specialist. Is it get overwhelming for you too?
Sometimes, yeah, I would say,
because
it's so important, right? So
Right.
eligibility for Medicaid is based on the first of every month. So we're trying to get as many people eligible for the first of every month. We do see a lot of people potentially pass away, just because, again, it's a crisis time.
Sure.
So these people are
you
declining
mentioned that.
every day.
It's this we were in a crisis, and I probably should have asked you soon. That was your first statement that you said, and I should have asked then, crisis, what does that mean, crisis? And when you got about 30 seconds to tell us, what is the crisis?
Crisis could really be different forms. I mean, it could be mom broke her hip and she needs
Crisis,
rehab, and
right.
That's a crisis. It could be dad has dementia and he no longer can stay at home. It could be, somebody has cancer and they need hospice, and
right,
whatever that looks like.
Everybody's definition is different.
It
That's
is
right.
It is.
Yes.
Everybody's situation is different, and every one of them is a crisis when something like that comes up, for a broken leg or more or
Yeah,
whatever.
Absolutely.
Can you stick around for the next segment? Okay, let's do it. Thank you all so much. We're going to take a quick break, but first, you're listening to Caregiver Crossing. It is a show designed for family caregivers and the people that love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you by our friends at Joyce House in partnership with Cardon and Associates, with 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest, and more than 40 years of senior living experience. Cardon and Associates provides residents with the very best senior living operations and personalized service. Visit cardon.us for more information and to find a community near you. Stay put, everybody. We're going to be right back with more Caregiver Crossing after the break.
Welcome back to Caregiver Crossing. We are your hosts, Angie Light, filling in for the great Tina McIntosh and Terry Stacy. Thanks for coming back. And in studio today, we have Lyndsay Bilbrey, Medicaid and VA team lead, and Julia DeLong, benefits specialist with Dillman Owens. Thank you, ladies, for sticking around. We're so happy to have you here, and your service is super important.
Yes, we're happy to be here.
Awesome. So you can gift assets to make yourself eligible for Medicaid. Is that true? Tell us more about that.
Not true.
Oh, not true.
No. Medicaid says if you give away $7,651, that somebody gets penalized for 1 month because you could have used that money to pay for things Medicaid would pay for.
Okay.
So, for example, if you give away a vehicle that's worth $32,000, Medicaid will penalize you for almost 5 months for giving that vehicle away.
Man.
What that means is
Can
if
I
you're
be against that?
Right.
Should we, is that it? I know you two, you stay out of this, but I'm saying, that doesn't sound good.
Right.
It sounds mean. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Well, ways to do that is you can give the gift back. You give the car back, no
Yeah.
problem.
Oh,
You can
okay.
have one car on Medicaid, no problem. But if you don't give the car back, you would be penalized for 5 months, meaning Medicaid won't pay for anything additional. You'll have the health insurance, but they won't pay for the waiver services or the long-term care.
Oh.
Good to know. See what
Yeah.
rumors, Joe?
Okay, say it all again. No, no, I really got the gist of that. All right, so your home needs to be sold so you can qualify for Medicare or Medicaid. Is that reality? Is that true? So let me ask it again. The home needs to be sold so you can qualify for Medicaid. True or false?
That is false.
That's false.
Yes. So, and these are, again, some of the common myths that we deal with. And people actually, unfortunately, get bad advice and they do sell their home or give it away. But no, for Medicaid, you're allowed to keep your home. And for the state of Indiana, they cannot make you sell it or rent it if you don't want to. The state does have an agreement to sell or rent form that you have to complete if you're not staying in the home. So if you're in skilled nursing or assisted living, but you still own your home and you want to keep it or the family wants to keep it, then by minimum, you have to just complete their form and say that you agree to sell it or rent it. You don't have to sell it or rent it, and you can actually still keep it.
It sounds like there's a lot of this. Medicaid has obviously been a topic in the news.
Of course.
late.
Yeah.
And there's been some misconceptions about those that are on Medicaid, right?
Yeah.
Or are we? Is it pretty factual that there's a lot of those that are on Medicaid and they need to start working and they need to start doing some of the things that maybe come requirement by law?
That is, but it's not affecting our Medicaid. So again, there are multiple categories of Medicaid across the
It's so
state and federal.
confusing,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yes.
Like pregnancy Medicaid, there's your HIP, which is just like impoverished Medicaid for those that qualify based on their income. You have kids Medicaid, for parents that can't afford insurance for their kids. Our specific category is just the aged and disabled category. So
Okay.
these people have to be deemed disabled by the state of Indiana, or they have to be above the age of 65. And so those changes, people having to work and job search, it's not affecting our
It's not
clients.
affecting what you.
It's affecting
and
more
thank you
of those
for
like on
explaining that
HIP,
there are
yeah.
different Medicaids.
Of course, yeah.
Uh,
This is one particular
Did
category.
you all know that? And I'm just stupid.
Well, I have been in healthcare for 20 years, so I did know that, Terry, but hey.
Those of you listening that I'm just stupid about it.
No, we're all
But that
here to
comes
learn.
As a surprise to me. Well, I've got Medicaid as one big blanket over, that's everything. But when you break it down like that, at least I understand it a little bit better. Thank
Yeah.
you, teachers.
Right, and these rules that we're discussing today, they're just pertaining to our Medicaid.
Just your Medicaid.
Yes, most of the categories are just income-based, household-based. So if you either make it or you don't,
Yeah.
that's just it.
Okay.
So let's talk about jointly owned assets excluded from Medicaid. How does that actually work?
So currently, Medicaid has changed the rules as of July of last year. All joint assets basically count, except for the exemptions, which is you get to keep your house, you get to keep one car, but all joint assets count towards the asset limit. There are ways around it. That's what we are for, the elder lawyers and stuff like that. But unfortunately, all assets count, even if you're married, even if it's just in your spouse's name.
Okay.
Good to know.
All right. With us, Lyndsay Bilbrey, Medicaid and VA team lead, and Julia DeLong, benefits specialist with Dillman and Owens. We'll make sure you know how to get a hold of them before we let them get out of here. Do you have to be in a nursing home in order to qualify for Medicaid?
again, that kind of goes back to there are several sides to Medicaid for us. So for the age and disabled category, if you are going for traditional Medicaid, then yes, you do need to be in a skilled nursing facility. There is also the waiver side of Medicaid, which is for assisted living and individuals that are at home needing services. And for that, obviously, you do not need to be in a nursing home. You can be at home or in assisted living and qualify that side of things. For the waiver side, there is a wait list in the state of Indiana right now. On the traditional side, if you are in a nursing home, there is no waiting list.
So I know this question comes up a lot. Pathways is my only option. What other choices do families have?
Yeah, so Pathways is the waiver holder now for the traditional aged and disabled and health and wellness waiver. They that's the wait list Lyndsay was talking about. They essentially, if you need in-home care, they're kind of who you go through. There are a couple of other options. We have PACE, which is also a waiver program, but that is separate from Pathways. And they do not have a wait list. And then, there's other options through Medicare as well that you can get in-home help. But Pathways, you don't actually have to choose a Pathways provider. If you're in skilled nursing, it's just only if you're in the waiver.
Thank you for these really kind of debunking some of these myths and helping us understand things a little bit better. So in saying that, what is the single most important thing that you'd want our caregivers to remember about Medicaid?
That everyone can get eligible.
Everyone is eligible.
You can get eligible no matter what you have. We've seen clients have nothing. We've seen clients have, almost $1 million in assets. You can qualify for Medicaid no matter, what you have, really. That's the most important thing, because so many people think my income's too high, my assets are too high, I just can't get help. And so then you see them spending $10,000, $14,000 a month.
Yeah.
Literally using their entire life savings.
Yeah. They say, I have to get rid of all my money before I go. And
that's just not true. Yeah.
And I know you've come across that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just not things you've read about. You've probably come across that where somebody just got rid of everything because they just didn't know.
Essentially, they come in and they're like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have found you sooner. Like mom spent, $220,000 the last 2 years paying for care.
Yeah.
And she could have preserved, so much. So
absolutely.
What else? Anything?
It's never too soon to start planning.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, never too soon. Never too soon.
It
is
good.
Yeah.
Never too soon to start planning. Okay, got it. Angie, have you started planning?
I have not, but you know what? I need to.
I need to as well.
Like they said, never too soon.
I need to as well. All right, thank you both so very, very much. Lyndsay and Julia, how do we get a hold of you at Dillman and Owen?
You can call our office at 317-492-9569. You can go to our website, dillman-owen.com. And we also do have a 5-question long-term care planning PDF that you can download for free on our website. Fantastic. If you go there. But then you can also email us at hello@dillman-owen.com.
Thank you. Thank you both so much. You're terrific.
You for having
Come
us.
back
Thanks.
and see us.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you by Joy's House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. With 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 40 years of senior living experience, Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us for more information to find a community near you. Stay put. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing after the break.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for sticking around with us here on Caregiver Crossing. Terry Stacy, producer Noah Taylor is here, and Angie Light filling in for Tina McIntosh. And she's not wearing any pants in Tina's chair, which is just kind of funny.
Don't tell
Wait
Tina.
till Tina comes back. She's going to love that.
It was a little hot in here, so
It does
you gotta
get
do what you
very
gotta
hot
do.
in the recording studio.
And it's November. It's usually so cold everywhere, but not in this nice, toasty, warm studio.
Yeah, we're toasty.
Thank you for being here,
My
Angie, because you're
pleasure.
terrific. You're great to have with us, and we thank you for that. Yeah, it is November, also known as Noah Movember.
Yes. So November, also known as Movember, is a campaign encouraging men to prioritize their physical and mental health. So this is Men's Health Awareness Month, basically. And the focus is on, this year, it's on prostate and testicular cancer awareness and on reducing the stigma around mental health for men.
So what does that mean for you?
Oh, from
As a man, do you pay attention? Are you paying attention to this? Because this is a really big movement.
It is.
I think, but maybe it's really not a big movement.
I remember we had a big push for this to happen when I was in high school. And this does mean a lot to me because, you know, I work for this show, for Caregiver Crossing, for healthcare. But I know that a lot of men don't get the care that they might need. And I think maybe that they think, you know, I'm the man. I don't want to talk about my boo-boos. I don't want to talk about my injuries.
Yeah.
And I need to be strong for my family and for my loved ones. So I do think that this is a really helpful awareness month for men to get in control of their health. And a lot of it is preventative work as well. And actually, what's really cool is this movement began in Australia in 2003 and has since funded hundreds of research and support projects worldwide. I think you might know it also No Shave November that the men do,
right.
also to raise awareness for men's health. So I think I might actually participate in that. I started a little bit early. But
He's got a beautiful full beard and
does.
mustache,
He does.
and he's striking. But yeah, I think men. Angie, are you married?
I am.
To a man?
I am married to a man, and
that
it'll
was
actually
that was a weird how I did that, and I'm sorry I didn't know. I'm so awkward.
No, I think that was I
didn't know how to ask.
We're actually celebrating 17 years this month.
Oh,
Are you?
congratulations!
Yes.
Congratulations is right. When I
Thank
got
you.
my 40th last weekend.
And I think too, you know what? Men are seeing prostate cancer at a younger age. We are seeing it across the board. So this is super important topic. Super.
It is, because I don't know about you, but after being married to a man for so long, he's gotten really good about every year he's got his annual checkups. He's taking better care of his teeth. He's doing all the things, but it's because we're getting older. And now you start to think, I mean, you're closer to the end than you are to the beginning, right?
Well, and my
And
poor
so-
husband, I'm in healthcare. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm scaring him every day. So I think at a younger age, he's like, got to do this, got to do that,
did.
because I scare him all the time.
Well, I think that's good because that's where the female, the spouse, I should say, where the spouse comes in helping your man know that it's an important time, and you've
Right.
got to at least remember this Movember, which is what I think it is. It's about awareness and thinking, okay, yeah, prostate. And what was the other one? Testicular
Yes.
cancer.
And reducing the stigma about
And
mental
reducing
health.
the stigma about mental health, which
Right.
is such a big important part of all of it. Mental health. Because
Yes.
men, at least the men in my life, have always been, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to deal with that.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Yep.
And you just didn't know.
Right.
I'll ask him, even to this day, I will say, because there's a conversation about men and their friends and what men and their friends talk about and men and their friends do. And he'll go out, to brunch or something, breakfast with his brothers and family and friends. And what'd you talk about? Oh, nothing.
Right.
You know,
they don't
well,
get
they-
into the stuff that us women do.
No, I just don't think they do. And that's okay. You're
Right.
different, and that's all right. But that's why this month is so important, just
It
as
really
a
is.
reminder, as a,
I do think
awareness.
I'm guilty of that as well, but I think it's okay to not be okay, right? We should be talking to our loved ones, to our health professionals, about the things that are wrong in our life, if that's physical, mental, or whatever you really need help with. But I think it's important for our caregivers to know that they can help start the conversations with men, encourage screenings, remind them that caring for their health benefits, your entire family, not just you. If you're healthy, it's, your whole family needs you, right?
Yeah.
Prostate cancer is the most common cancer among men after skin cancer. And when caught early, survival rates exceed 98%. But I mean, just lately in the past few years, I've heard of so many famous people who are in their 30s who have passed away from
From it,
prostate
yeah.
cancer.
When
So
should you have that checked?
I believe it's 35.
Yeah, and it used to be 50, which is crazy. And I just had a friend who beat prostate cancer, and because he's such an amazing guy, he's actually very vocal about it and
Yeah.
talking about it. And I think that helps a lot of men because he's a manly man, and it was hard to go through.
Yeah.
But I love that they have lowered that age because everybody goes, oh, I don't have to worry about that until I'm 50. And like you said, we're seeing people, come to that surmise with it at a very early
Early 30s. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe it was Chadwick Boseman who was just in his early 30s, and he did pass away from prostate cancer. And I think there's a lot of younger gentlemen who are
there's no symptoms.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's hard, and preventative screening, preventative testing is the way to go.
That's right.
Lung cancer still remains the deadliest for men, accounting for roughly 1 in 5 cancer deaths, which, cancer
1 in 5
is the worst.
Oof.
1 in 5.
Yeah, and the lung cancer part is really important for me too, because my dad did pass away when I was 18 from lung cancer. So,
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I do think it's very important that we reduce the stigma and that we are talking about these things. Importantly for us to be in here as well, but for all the men listening, your health is very important too. And about the mental health. Suicide rates among men are about 4 times higher than among women, which does highlight the need for talk about mental health with men. And like I said before, it's okay to not be okay.
That's right.
How do you think that we can make it easier for men to talk about their health? How do you think we can do that?
I think it starts like this. I think it starts with the younger generation being more open to talk about their health.
Do you and your friends talk about your health?
Yeah, I think so.
Your guy friends?
We do. Maybe that's because I work for Joyce House and work for Caregiver Crossing. I mean, I am interested in my friend's health.
Yeah, but you know what? Do we talk about our health?
I think we do. I think that's all we do as women.
As females?
Yeah, we go to brunch and all of a sudden we're talking about all the things that are wrong with us.
Yeah, and that's when I usually want everybody to look at a mole.
As we close the show, we just like to remind our listeners that they can contact us for more information and resources to help you through the journey of caregiving at joycehouse.org. Until next time, take good care of each other.